Hi guys, as promised, I'm here. I will wait maybe few seconds for those who wanted to join. I hope you will get notification. I went live, although with Facebook you don't know. So let me know if you're here. Okay, I see somebody's joining already. Hi Monia. I hope you will be joining me for some very easy, I hope, and basic exercises. But the reason I'm doing this is, first of all, because I really wanted to make this gift for you, and also for my students, my regular students who somehow cannot train with me lately, but for those who maybe never tried to train with me before. And the main focus of this class also will be connected to the hips and light challenge that we were doing, and I felt that I was dropping some exercises, but I didn't have opportunity to explain, because as you know, when you drop a video on Instagram, basically you have 1 minute to show everything. So I was super brief, I didn't have time to explain, and I was receiving a lot of questions like what to do with my knees, what to do with my hips, what to do with my face, with my hands, or whatever. So I felt like, okay, maybe I try to answer this, okay, maybe more, but you know, there were time limitations. So I decided to oh my god, there are a lot of people joining, so I will not wave all of you, but w końcu udało się, ćwiczę cały czas. Yeah, I'm really happy to have you. So basically, the class will take around 45 minutes. I will go through the shimmies I was doing in the shimmy challenge. If there will be some time free, maybe I will join something. If you have any questions, this is the perfect timing and I will try to answer. Of course, if I don't know, I will tell you I don't know, and I will check it up and maybe write to you privately. Hello. Hey. So, if you want to join me in exercises, amazing. If you're just having your morning coffee and you just want to look and laugh, or or just enjoy watching somebody training, then I'm super fine with this also. So I will do very short warm-up. You don't have to take a yoga mat or whatever, because we will stay standing, okay? And then we will straight away go to the short workshop. Hey Paulina. I know some of you wrote me that they will be joining with their babies. I hope it's fine I'm talking in English, because I basically don't know who will join, so I'm trying to use the universal language for all of you, okay? So let's start. If you have any problems with hearing me or seeing what I do, just scream in the comment. Thank you. I put it specially this bra for those some of you probably know why. I will explain you later. Okay, so let's do a short warm-up, and then I will start already explaining some shimmies that I promised that we will train. Okay, I will put the music a little bit up so you can hear. And treat me like your mirror, okay? Do simply do what I do. Okay, breathe in, breathe out, and up. let's do accents down. So stay in the position and do down, 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 down. Right and left, right, left. 1, 2. I will make the music a little bit higher. Okay. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and now up, 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 right, left. And 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Upper part relaxed. Okay. Inside, in, belly, in. Out, out, out. And breathe all the time. And tempo. 1, 1, 1, 1. Out, 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 out. And in. Okay, and east. Tempo. And arm. And to the side, side, side. Okay, 4 positions. We go down, lift your heels, up, down. 1, heel, up, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, go on releve. Up, up, up. Up arm. Up. This side. And other side. Okay, and go down just on your right feet. I hope you can still see me. And left. And right. And left. Okay. Your legs closer, stretch, and go up. Okay. Shimmy, relax for your body. Okay. Okay. It was a very brief warm-up. Okay, you see me down. Very good. So for those who join now, just to tell you, this will be short shimmy tutorial, as I don't know the level of people who joined, so I will be treating it as open level. I hope very advanced students will not get super bored because they probably know, but I will add things with asterisks that are more difficult. So you can always add something more difficult if you want on top of what we are training. But I will be explaining from the basics. So if you want, maybe let's start with the Egyptian shimmy. This was the first shimmy we had in the Hips Don't Lie challenge. Just don't be scared. I will make it a little bit lower so you can see my legs also well. I hope you can see the mirror too. Okay. Okay, so let's start with Egyptian shimmy. So Egyptian basic shimmy, I don't know what's the name in Polish, shimmy kolanowe, egipskie, whatever. As you know, probably I'm not very really sticking to the names of moves, but rather the technique is important for me than the names. So what I would like you to check, if your pelvis is really not open, so please close your pelvis. Now, you can slightly move the weight to your front, but please don't do it, don't overdo this thing. So with this shifted weight slightly to the front, we start to bend and straighten the knees. Now, few tips that I wanted to say that I usually see during the class, which are not very healthy or not very good for you. Don't push it backwards because you can hurt yourself. Just have relaxed body and really do the movement that is comfortable for you and in the tempo that is also comfortable for you. So, if you can see probably here in the mirror, I am bending and straightening right and left knee. And the only difficult thing is to go faster now. Yeah? So this is how it looks. From the front, we are basically making vibration in the hips. Yeah? So please try to check your pelvis. One thing that usually I see that doesn't work perfectly in this exercise is that one of your knees is getting like stuck when you push the tempo. Check yourself now if you can see in your mirror, in the mirror. If not now, check it later. If something like this is not happening to you, which is totally destroying the energy in the shimmy and the flow, yeah? So one exercise, I will not train now, but to show you, I hope you will see me, is simply exercise I saw on Shahrazad profile. If you don't know the dancer, please, you have to check her out. She's an amazing teacher and dancer. So what you have to do is you sit on the floor and you bend and straighten your knees. And then in this position, you cannot hurt yourself, one thing. And second thing, you can really observe if your knees are working the same pace, yeah? So it's not like your right knee is faster, your left knee is faster. So this is really a great exercise. I always recommend it for people who have problems with hip shimmy, Egyptian shimmy. So what I will do now, I will put music on and I would like you to follow me. If you are a totally beginner, please remain on your two legs. Don't stand too wide, don't stand too close so that your legs have some free space to move front and back. I usually stand in this position that is really the most comfortable for me on this way, that legs go straight from the hips down. And now I move. When I move very strong, even I feel that my face is shaking. One question that I often receive when I train this shimmy is if I can go with my heels up. You can, you don't have to. When I raise my heels up, I feel the shimmy is even more intense. Okay? So I will be doing this on my heels down and then I will be going up. And one more thing, let's try weight shifting. So try to make shimmy only with your right leg and check out if the right leg is really cooperating. And the same thing with your left leg. For those who are more advanced, join me in walking and check out when you walk if you don't do the poses, okay? So look, this, I go with my right leg, left, right, left, and there is this delicate moment when you shift right and left leg and you have to still continue shimmying. So there is 1 second that I do shimmy on only one leg. Now left. Okay. Lot of talking, and now let's train. I will put music on and let's shimmy out a bit. You worked a bit and you feel already warmed. I'm checking if there are any questions. but I don't see any question from you, so I hope everything is super clear. If it comes to walking, if you are very advanced and this was boring exercise, you can try the same thing. Gdzie można kupić taki biustonosz? This is not very much regarding my dance. I think if you put meow bikini in Google, you should find. If not, write me a private message. I will try to find you. So, if you're more advanced, you can do the same exercise on releve, walking, hop. And try to don't break the flow, because what I usually see is this. Okay? So, what we want is not to break the flow. I mean, when you dance drum solo and you make combination like shimmy, 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 then it's okay. But for example, when you dance a classical song and you really don't want to break the flow and you really are telling a story about something, it's really bad when there are these breaks in the flow, and it's really nice when you can focus on your mimical expression and your technique is good enough not to break it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, because you can be an amazing actor on the stage and everything, but if you don't have technique, you will not hide it. Okay? So, czy shimmy zawsze robi się na tej nodze, na której idzie, na której jest nasza waga? So basically the question in Polish is, do you do the shimmy always on the leg that you walk? Okay, basically when you walk and when you use your right leg and you stand only on right leg, it's really hard to do shimmy with second leg. Okay, so basically yes, you do the shimmy with the leg you're standing on. Now, if you shift your weight to one side, and now I will shimmy only with my right leg. I hope I'm answering your question. Now you can shimmy or with one leg, with your right leg, or with both. Then you just have to slightly shift the weight. You see? I'm now shimmying with my both legs. Now I am shimmying only with my right leg. So I hope I answered. Both ways are correct for me. The thing is that you keep the right posture and that it's not like you really have to try to make equal movements, because once you start have this blockage in your leg, it doesn't look relaxing, and relax the whole rest of your body. Okay, I hope I answered your question. So, if there are no more questions to Egyptian shimmy, now let's move forward to hip shimmy. Hip shimmy is the shimmy where I really like this one. So, you can really add later some layers on if you already know it. If you don't know it, what I want you to check again. Right posture, chest in your place, pelvis closed in a, I would say, vertical position, not like this. Okay? Especially in this one. And then I go slightly on plie. I make a small plie, I bend slightly my knees. And this way I'm giving my hips a bigger mobility. How to say? I'm sorry for my English if I make mistakes. But basically your hips can make bigger movements. And now, in the previous one, we were making vibration. And now what I want you to do is to make bigger moves. So basically you move up and down your hips. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I hope you already see the difference. I'm not shifting my weight forward here. I am here like this, yeah, vertically. And in other one, I had my knees bended, not bended, straight, yeah, but naturally not in an uncomfortable position. Here, I slightly bend the knees so I can really show the movement of my hips up and down. Okay, this one for me is more tiring, but also on the stage it can be quite spectacular because you can really see the specific movements up and down. So let's train for a moment this one. I know that my Shakira styling students had some issues with this one, so I hope they're here and they're training with me. And what I would like you to try if you dance a bit longer, is to add figure 8 to this shimmy. So this is like one of basic layerings. You add flat figure 8 to the back, and on top of it you add the shimmy. Or the other way around, you do the shimmy and on top of it you add figure 8. Whichever method works for you, I'm happy. Okay, music and we train. If there are questions, please ask them in the comments. I will try to answer. I hope you already trained a little bit. Yeah, Moza Masriya, I love it so much. So like Egyptian chick, hot chick. Yeah, the song that we trained previously, this one is Moza Masriya. The one that was before, it's from Khaled Mahmoud CD. Khaled is absolute my top favorite teacher. So I also recommend you to follow him, and he has amazing hip technique too. So to him and Shahrazad, not me and him. So really follow him and his CDs. I always use the music for my classes. Okay, so here, as you probably noticed, just to show you again the difference. In first one, we had rather straight posture and was more about vibrations. Here, it's more about big movements, and things I would recommend not to do is, I usually see when you start doing this shimmy and you add anything on top of it, I sometimes see that the movements of the hips are becoming smaller. So try to force
really bigger movements, because this shimmy is so beautiful when you actually show the big amplitude of the movements. Don't do this. So this is for me scared shimmy. If a shimmy would make sounds, this one is quack, 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 quack. This one is more drrrr. This one is like scared shimmy, like. So please don't do this. I'm saying about this because I see it a lot, especially when I judge any competitions, and I see these scared shimmies. So choose a shimmy. You don't have to do every shimmy perfectly. Just choose one that you really like and drill it. Don't make it like, it's more or less. Try to really work on it because I think you don't have to do many movements, but when you do few movements and do them correctly, this is the most beautiful to see. I'm not saying about professional dancers, even for people who don't know about dance, they really see that you're comfortable with movement and that you do it properly. They somehow feel it. So, unless you're a super actor and you can hide it. So here, again, posture, correct chest, correct pelvis, and big amplitudes of movements. Some teachers, I know that some teachers talk more about energy up in this shimmy. Myself, I feel, to be honest, energy down. So I feel when I go very strong in this movement, I feel like I'm pushing the hips down. Look. I hope you see, for me, the energy is going down. Okay, there is one more question. Can you write in comment the name of person you've suggested? Of course, I can gladly write. Oh, somebody helped me. Khaled Mahmoud, yeah. And Shahrata. But I can later drop comments and tell you which teachers are so inspiring and they share a lot of knowledge on the classes. There are so many of them, I will write you a few because otherwise I would sit one day writing all the names that I admire of dancers. Okay, another shimmy that I felt that it's good to put on a workshop because I can finally talk to you and explain is the Flutter. It's again one of shimmies that not everybody will feel comfortable, at least not at the beginning, but I really feel that it can enrich your dance and enrich the control of your body. In the meantime, really, if you have, yes, and Shahrazad, exactly. If you have any questions to the shimmy's previous ones, oh, one more exercise for those who are very advanced and are bored when they train. Try to do the Egyptian shimmy, the knee shimmy, changing the position. This is exercise I always recommend. This suddenly shows you if you really have strong control in the knee. So basically, you know, you go to the kitchen, you prepare a salad and you check if your knee is still collaborating. Most of the students are surprised because they find out that suddenly they don't have super control over the knees. Myself, I have days when it works worse, so I still also train on this shimmy. Okay, moving to Flutter. So, the Flutter shimmy, some others call it vacuum shimmy, Flutter shimmy, in Polish shimmy przeponowe. So this is one of very few movements, at least the only shimmy I know, where you cannot breathe. In all previous ones, breathing is super important. Here we will be blocking the air transfer. We block it somewhere here, and then we create, by working with our Flutter, we create a kind of vacuum. So normally what would happen is that your lungs, your muscles here would spread your ribs and the air would come inside and you would breathe, yeah? But when you block the transfer of the air here, your ribs are still opening, there is like a vacuum happening. What you can do is basically just train at the beginning this blockage and this just training one time these muscles. And when you are feeling more and more comfortable with this move, you just continue to do faster. What I like to do, oh my God, I really hope that only dancers are watching me, not my colleagues from work or somebody who knows me from my other profession. So, but okay, whatever. So what you feel when you do the Flutter shimmy is like you're trying to breathe super fast and you do like, Okay, so it's like more like Chihuahua, but please don't leave your face in this movement. So it's not like you're doing the shimmy and you do because you will really scare the hell out people who are watching you, unless they will laugh, which is good. I like people when they laugh. When you prepare salad. If somebody knows me better, he knows that when I'm in the kitchen, it's usually cooking the water. So I really don't know much about cooking. My poor husband, thanks God, he knows a bit more. So what you do, you breathe in, you breathe out, you leave a little bit of air in the lungs, or you can breathe it out totally, as you prefer. And then you block and you pretend that you will breathe. So you suck the air in, but you don't do it. So, and please don't be scared. It looks a bit scary, like skeleton or whatever from human, but this is an exercise that will prepare you for the Flutter shimmy. So again, breathe in, breathe out with me. I can't talk, so I'll stop and train. What you should see is that here there will be a triangle that is like sucked inside. Please relax here, because most of the time, at the beginning when people train it, I see this. No, it doesn't go from here. Okay, you block the air here, but the muscles that will be working, muscle, is here. Okay? So one more time, breathe in, breathe out. And okay, so I don't see you, so I don't know how you feel in this movement. I hope you don't feel very strange, but a few tips I also heard from other dancers. Marta Korzun, she was showing it very well on her Instagram also. She had whole movie about diaphragm, the muscle that is responsible for this movement, for the Flutter shimmy. And what she was saying, that it's better at the beginning to train it in slow motion. So don't start from the beginning, the fast tempo. Who has good hearing, he will hear my coffee going crazy. So again, so this is the tempo that we will try to push the movement to. But at the beginning, it's better to do just one time and relax. One time and relax. Please don't start from just doing it fast and you don't know what's happening like this. Because no way it will look good and no way you will feel good in this movement, okay? So give yourself time. Also, I remember a long time ago when I was at Sadie workshop. Sadie, I think I also don't have to introduce to you, but she is amazing in Flutter shimmy. She was really saying to go to bend down and then your whole belly relaxes. For me, it becomes like a buggy, a relaxed back. And in this position, you can also train this movement. So breathe in, breathe out. And now. For me, it's really much easier in this position. When you go straight, please try not to go too much straight, because then your belly is really straightened. Try to have a relaxed position when you train this move. Don't move your chest too much up, okay? So here and now, breathe in, breathe out, and okay, I will maybe continue with a music because I really feel I can hear my coffee so loud. I hope you don't hear it. So remember, position, don't go too straight. Don't keep your body in a wrong position. Just go relaxed. Now we will start with slow sucking in and sucking out, and then we will try to do the tempo. The tempo you do, like you're pretending you try to breathe in, breathe out very fast. Like, okay? So breathe in, breathe out. And blah, 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 blah. My coffee. Okay, so let's try with music. For those who are very advanced and would like to train something new, you can try layering this movement. So just using your diaphragm this way and add this move on top of your knee shimmy. So the first shimmy we were training today, the Egyptian one, and add the diaphragm here. This looks a bit like you have alien in your belly, but this actually helps you to move your belly in a different direction. In my case, this moves belly like, okay? So it's another kind of vibration which will really enrich, for example, your drum solo if you want to show something new, okay? And please remember about your face, because most of the time the face expression is a bit stressed. So the ways you can get out of the situation is work on your facial expression. Smile, don't show what you really feel, which is, but please don't show it because it will not be very pleasant to watch something like this. If you really cannot figure out the way how to hide yourself and your feeling in this movement, use your hands, put them in some nice position, use your hair. It's a really nice trick, and then you don't have to really have a nice mimical expression in this second. Okay, let's train. Tim, tim, tim. Okay. A bit of shabby, it's always good. So, breathe in, breathe out, and position. Okay, one more time, just squeeze and try to find the proper muscle here. Again, and remain with a smile or something. And okay, now for those who dance longer, let's try to use it faster, okay? So do a few moves, 7, 8, and one more time. Don't push yourself, do 2-3 times, it's enough. If you're starting to train it, if you want, you can go 1 minute later. And okay. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, and okay. So for those who are more advanced, let's try to add it on top of your normal regular Egyptian shimmy, okay? So Egyptian shimmy and diaphragm, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. And one more time. Egyptian shimmy. And breathe in, breathe out. And okay, relax. Breathe. Last time. And the only flutter if you want with gasolina. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and because I'm today mentioning everyone who I learned the moves from. This move, actually, I was experimenting myself and I discovered it and I really liked it because I had my belly muscles usually really tense. Tense in this meaning that I had really straight posture when I was dancing and I had really my belly muscles active. So this flutter, it really helped me to relax my belly muscles and not to keep them all the time tense, which is really important because if you have your muscle all the time tense, then some movements will not be done correctly because in some movements you actually need a lot of relaxing, yeah? So what I mean is here with this movement, I really have my belly muscles relaxed. As you can see, my belly is just flying like crazy from side to side. I mean, a bit crazy. And later I saw this movement on Alla Kushnir workshop. And she is doing this movement quite a lot. If you can see, she's adding this diaphragm on top of other moves. At least this is how I feel that she's doing. Okay, so of course, as I thought that there is always more time, who knows me? That's why I said it will be 45 minutes because I know that if I say 45, it will be 1 hour. So one last move I would like to train, which was also on my Shimmy challenge, and I felt I couldn't talk a bit more about this. This is movement that I really like to train because I see that many people have challenges. I mean, my students, they have challenges when they move their chest. One more thing regarding the previous movement. If I feel you shouldn't train this move, this flutter, really a lot. Myself, when I train it like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I feel a bit dizzy. So if you feel now dizzy, or like Julia wrote that she feels her coffee is coming out, I think this is natural. So I feel you shouldn't push it a lot. It's really much better if you train it every day, 2 minutes. Like you sit, you know, even if you work in a corporation and you write something. What I sometimes really do, if my boss is watching, I'm sorry, but sometimes I do when I do a report or whatever, is when I sit, I do this. Nobody will see and you can still train it, yeah? Or you can train it when you drive a car or whatever. So it's better to train it like 1-2 minutes and don't make yourself feeling dizzy and like you will faint in a moment or puke. But you have to try to train it regularly. It's not a move that will pop like this one day because you train it one day. No, it's a move, in my opinion, that really requires a lot of patience and training, but not maybe half-hour training, just 2 minutes, and it will be really amazing. So, last movement I wanted to show you is the shimmy that I do with my chest. I mean, I wanted to show you a few more. I will see what's the time. Okay, maybe let's do 2 movements that I will show you very fast. First movement is the earthquake shimmy. We were also doing it in Omi challenge. So for all those who participated, finally I can explain it. Please, now, when you do the earthquake shimmy, you have to find your muscles here somewhere in the middle. To be honest, it really helped me that I dance reggaeton a lot. But of course I don't do my reggaeton style when I do belly dancing. But it helped me to find this afro movement. I call it afro. So I find basically the muscles here in the middle, let's say somewhere here. And I just squeeze them in. And then what I try to do is to push the tempo. If you can see here, I can change the leg that I stand on. Again, it was really bad idea to drink coffee before this class. So here, 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 yeah? And if you want to make it stronger, you just add your heels here. So basically you do this movement like you stand stronger on your heels, and when you squeeze in the muscles, this is the moment that you meet earth, meet the ground. Here, 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 here. So this is without of heels. This is with heels. So what's happening? Your body is going into trance and your chest is flying, your hips are flying. Few things that I would recommend you to do. Watch your hands. When you do this, try not to use your hands. I mean, when you dance maybe other styles, you can use your hands, but in belly dance, we rather keep our arms elegant and in one position. So even when they are up, even when they're on the side, try not to move them when you do this movement, okay? Keep them relaxed. Second thing, we rather don't use our head when you do it. So please also don't do this. Unless it's a kind of move that you do for a joke, okay, fine. But this doesn't look comfortable. It rather looks like you're riding a horse and you don't know what's happening exactly. Okay, somebody wrote... oh, thank you. Okay, I thought there was a question. Somebody wrote something nice. Thank you very much. And again, somebody's asking about the kitty cat. I will try to search it and send it maybe to you. I like this bra too because it really, I feel it motivates people to train. So again, try to also, please, when you do the earthquake, don't open your pelvis too much, because what I see many times, also on competitions, on my students during my class, is that people tend to open their pelvis too much. Really, this way you can really hurt yourself very easy, and you will not dance 20, 30 years. You will dance 2 years and kaput. So try to just make the move small, and you really look, my pelvis, it's really actually not opening too much. It's just here. Dum 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 dum. Now, when you add heels, the movement goes even more crazy. So look now, but with heels, I feel it goes more up to the chest, to the kitties. So this is first thing. We will now train earthquake, normal afro. So normal afro, earthquake when you add heels. And one more thing I would like you to train. This is for more advanced students. This will be finally the kitty shimmy. So what I do is this shimmy, I do it basically moving only my chest up and down. Actually the focus is down, but I prepare the chest and I go down, 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 down. And again, the only thing that is a problem, you have to push the tempo. So from this, you go this. Here you still can breathe. Maybe it's not the most comfortable movement to breathe, but please make sure you breathe. You don't do it blocked because it will show. Please relax here. When you move your chest, it doesn't go from here. It goes from here, from my muscles under the chest, and here, from the muscles in the back. So here I push the chest up, and here I take it down, 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 here, 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 and I basically push the tempo. So I think this was the day number 5 or 6 of the Hips Don't Lie challenge. I don't remember. I hope now it's more clear to you. I will now put the music and let's train these two movements. So the afro with earthquake, and the kitty shimmy. Kitty shimmy with your chest, okay? Let's try. Maybe I will put something famous like boom boom. Maybe it will be easier for you. Okay. So let's do afro. Here.
أنا كده بشرب ولاعة
Hop, 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 hop. Here.
ولاعة ما حد يجيب الولاعة يا جماعة
Kitty, go crazy.
مش عارف
Okay. Now chest. Up, down, 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 and go. Down, 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 down. And tempo.
عقل اتخدر مش
Breathe.
حاسس بحرق انا مضطر اني اشمر رجلي بتزق زق جسمي من فوق فوق مره واحده قلبي
Afro.
عمال
Tempo.
قاعد ولا بيا ولا عليا يا جماعه انا شايف
Shift the weight.
وعينيا قلبت لبنية ودماغي جواها حبة عالية وبتضرب بام بام
And hip. Chest. And hop, 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 hop. Okay, so okay, I'm afraid I'm a little bit after time. After a little bit time. Okay, is there any question? It's always filled up with details. I have to drop off. Okay, hugs, kisses. The song already somebody answered. This is Boom Boom from Mohammed Ramadan. So if in terms somebody's asking me about tips how to move your chest bigger. So the chest, how to move it bigger. I don't have any magical exercises from my part that you basically do something and the chest moves very up. For me, it took me ages, I mean like really 13, 14, 15 years. I think nearly 15 years of dancing to enhance the chest movement. But I think what you can basically train is the chest movements up and down, just making sure that the technique is really clear. Yeah, so this is first thing. I think also what can help you is stretching. If you feel that you have really a lot of stress here, because many people who work in corporations or work like 10, 12 hours a day writing on the computer, they have a lot of stress accumulated here, and which makes their position of body this way. And really stiff, that you cannot move properly, especially the chest. So I would recommend some stretching. I would recommend going to physiotherapist if you really feel that you're blocked somewhere. Or massages or things like this. I think dancing will help you also, but if you have some more serious thing happening in your back, you should really consult a specialist. But if you feel you're fine and you just want to enhance your movement, then the only thing or the main thing I can recommend is to train the clear technique of moving your chest up, down, making sure that you really work it from the muscles, that you don't do it with your arms. Yeah, so simply clearing the technique, I think this is the magic that actually we really need to do. Okay, I know I'm after time. Okay, there is one Asha wrote, yeah, it's really good to make everything in order. Okay, for those who have to run away and have beautiful Saturday. For those who can stay, I will put one more song, which will be drum solo, and let's try to use all the shimmies that we will training. So Egyptian one, maybe Egyptian with layers, hip shimmy, earthquake shimmy, afro, chest shimmy, and whatever else you want. If you just want to go with the flow and do your own improvisation, please feel free to do it. Okay, so one more song And let's do it. What to choose? Maybe. Oh, maybe this one. I really like this one. Or one more, maybe freedom. Okay, so let's try. Okay, let's start with hip shimmy. Hip. Egyptian. Okay. Hip shimmy. With figure eight. And chest. Egyptian. Okay. Flutter. Check. We continue. Try to go faster. Small movements. And shimmy. Now afro. And go up, down. Down, up. Okay, and let's try again. And then quick. And okay. Turn around. And pause. Oh no, this was a tricky version. I didn't know it will be such a short version. So this is actually shorter than I thought. But okay, we did a little bit of all those shimmies. Egyptian one, hip shimmy, earthquake, afro without of earthquake, I mean without of the hips, the heels, kitty shimmy, bit of flutter, okay? And flutter, actually this is how you use it. You don't use it necessarily 1 hour in a song, and basically if you do it a few times during the song, it's really amazing. So you can train it to do it very short time. So I wanted to make a question and answers part, but I think you were asking me some questions during the session. So I hope I really helped you to solve some issues, or if you had questions that I answered them. If you have any more questions, just drop me a comment or drop me a question in my message box. I try to answer. Now when I have baby, it's a little bit more challenging to answer you fast, but I really try to answer everybody. I hope you enjoyed this small gift from me, and I also send love to people from Poznan, because if not for the situation that we have now, coronavirus, I would be today teaching in Poznan. So big love to Poznan girls and to Kasia Komin, who invited me. I hope this class was at least something that you could dance a little bit with me. I want to wish you all the best. Please stay safe, stay healthy, try to remain positive, and basically I'm really grateful for, again, thank you for all the wishes that I received this week. And basically I'm so happy that internet keeps us together and keeps us still connected, although these times are really challenging. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed. Shimmy is something I could talk about for really a few more hours, because I chose maybe 3-4 shimmies and there are maybe 20 or 30 that I love. But I feel it's really nice always to work on technique. Even when I train with you, I feel my technique is still enhancing. So that's why I really love to train with people and myself sometimes at home when I have time. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed, and that's it. See you somewhere online, or I really hope soon in a normal reality again. And maybe I will see if I can link the dancers that I mentioned during the workshop. Thank you so much, and see you somewhere. Bye bye. Have a beautiful Saturday. As you can see, the weather here is really beautiful in Warsaw. It's a pity maybe we cannot enjoy it fully, but definitely I will sit on balcony a bit and in the garden. Kisses to you. Bye bye bye.